looking for. Now let's talk about takeovers. Last year, we adopted the 5-level takeover system, which returns this year with some incredible new features. This year, you can now immediately grind for all levels of new takeovers, as nothing needs to be unlocked along the way. There are also takeover presets, so you can quickly change takeovers between games and without having to exit to the My Career menu. Takeover accelerators are a popular pick as they speed up how quickly you fill your takeover meter. And now for the most exciting upgrade in 2K26's takeover system, custom takeovers.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on two. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Obi Toppin out there with Lou Dort. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And for the Thunder, out on the perimeter, Wallace and Williams. Then it's Chet Holmgren. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Sorber in at the center, filling out the middle. So, Tim, many have speculated that being an NBA coach is one of the most thankless jobs in all of professional sports. Do you agree with that?
Well, Kevin, it certainly can be. There's an awful lot of pressure that comes with those coveted positions. There's not a lot of job security. And, of course, there's always the difficulty in dealing with star players. But when you win, I don't know there's a better job in professional sports.
And when there's winning, there's always coaching probably at the core. Am I correct on that?
There is no doubt there has to be cohesion between a coaching staff and that roster if you want to win at the highest level.
Here's Wallace after the made shot from Mr. Clutch. Wallace, good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Bucket is good. SGA's got his second bucket.
Good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Al LaForce on the sideline.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat. I asked him about Nikola Jokic and what makes him such a difficult matchup for defenses, and he said his versatility. He's a capable scorer and a fantastic passer. You have to be wary of his scoring and distribution with him, and that's not easy. Let's see how things unfold in this one. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Yes, that goes in. So first quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Williams up on top, defended by Dort. Outside for SGA. Pass to Holmgren, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Joe Good.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
Here's SGA. He gets that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
And the defense was getting physical, but Shai was able to maintain his balance and convert that.
Nice work to get it. Inside and draw the contact.
The Nuggets shoot their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Shooting for Denver, Joe at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Williams with a clean look. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Growing up in Arizona, Jalen Williams, Jim, was not an elite prospect.
Well, most stars in this league were blue-chip recruits coming out of high school. But, Kevin, not Williams. He spent 3 years in college developing his game, and he has worked his way into an all-star.
Here's Wallace after the made shot from Mr. Clutch. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Yep, that one goes. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. 4-point game. Last time they met was in Denver.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
Now here's Wallace. After the miss from Mr. Clutch. Holmgren outside. Over Jokic. Misses the jumper.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
In a hostile environment like that, the bench energy can really make a difference for your starters.
Substitution on the floor.
Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. The Nuggets, number 1. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
I mean, guys, these are two of the hottest teams in the league right now when it comes to scoring the basketball.
On the wing, Mary fires from deep. The Thunder with another miss. The Nuggets leading by 6. Joe, good. And that's 20 points for Mr. Clutch.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Bounce pass from Williams. Here's Ayton. Denver grabs the miss.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Joe, a chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Thunder shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. The Thunder shooting their first foul shot of the night. That free throw, good from Topic. 1:02 left in the first quarter. And Marion gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Denver's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Wasted no time on that one.
3 points.
Joe's got 23 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Marion. They get the rebound, and Ayton throws it down.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Pass to Bates. Back to Joe. Lays it up off the glass. 25 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Williams. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place. Is that...
Denver ends up going with a whole new group. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-'90s. We were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs. All of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there reclining fully right next to you.
Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Morrison. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Sorber in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does it all. He said, once I made an emphasis to try to affect the game on both ends of the floor, I have found myself having success. So for me, it's just a want to. Coach Mark Daigneault said he wants to win, and if you want to win, you have to do the invisible things. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, truly a two-way talent. Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Morrison. He's covered by Murray. And it's sent back by Jokic.
The imposing presence of the Joker inside turns away the finish right at the rim.
And so the ball out of bounds. SGA takes it last. It's up a three. And again, it's the Nuggets from deep.
How about the range on that jump shot? I love seeing this guy when he's in form.
They need this. Hayward grabs the board.
Well, he was hoping to respond with a three of his own. He just couldn't get it to go.
And it's blocked by SGA.
That is timing on the part of SGA, protecting that paint.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second team foul.
Closing in on 4 minutes play here in the second quarter. Holmgren outside. SGA on the wing. Shot clock at 6. With the shot.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
Here's Joe. Another three for Denver.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Look at Mr. Clutch. He's really been playing well.
Well, he's been lights out from the three all night. Perfect time to call a timeout and try to stop the bleeding.
On the Nugget. Making a change here.
And a moment to see numbers for Chet Holmgren. He's putting up about 21 points per, 11 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
Yeah, it's all about great energy, and he brings that part to the game. His teammates feed off of that.
Joe Good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense. And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
1:11 left in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with great positioning inside.
And Shai has the ability to break down any defense on any given possession, and you're seeing that again tonight.
Took him no time at all on that one. Joe's got 41.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Joe. And the dunk by SGA.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
And it's blocked by SGA.
Nuggets foul.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
Your Thunder, 50. The Nuggets, 55.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
So on the floor for Denver, we've got Mr. Clutch. Lou Dort out there with Obi Toppin. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Lakers was a man on a mission. He dropped 35 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
You gotta put a body on Holmgren because his length can absolutely punish the defense.
Murray, good.
Jamal Murray.
Murray's got 7.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Murray against SGA. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander driving. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Williams shot is off.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
Here's Joe. And the rejection by Holmgren. Toppin, good.
Whatever they said at halftime, it is working. They look super confident out there.
And Greg, on a team as stacked as OKC, you can almost forget about Chet Holmgren, who is the number 2 overall pick back in 2022.
And let's give him his flowers, right? The portrait of a modern big man. Shot blocking, shooting range, and plays with an edge.
Wallace misses.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender. And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition. And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Denver calls timeout. Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate. So that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
Ayton, he's checked in for the Thunder. Here's Morrison. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Watching the trajectory on a floater never gets old. One of the most fun ways to score that this league has.
Thunder trailing by 9. On the wing, Wallace, inside, Holmgren makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, you know, Chet has that in his game, and that's a nice job finishing off that play at the rim.
Here's Joe. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got his 6th rebound on the night. We know about Holmgren's exceptional play defensively, but Tim, talk about his offensive game.
Well, he's incredibly versatile, Kevin.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. At the guard spots, we'll be seeing Gilgeous-Alexander and Wallace. And it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Jalen Williams. And it's Sorber in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Murray. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
There are few guards in this league that do as much damage in the paint as Gilgeous-Alexander. He may be the best we have. And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
SGA finds Wallace. Back to SGA. Launches a 3. Toppin pulls it in. Toppin's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, he was able to sink a triple back in the first half, but he has yet to connect here after the break.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 10. The Nuggets have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Here's Joe. SGA defending. Now Joe. Another shot. Too easy inside from Jokic.
Oh, you got to put a body on Jokic or he'll torch you on the offensive glass.
On the wing, Wallace. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. 14 points for Wallace. Here's Joe. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Thunder trailing by 13. Over in the corner, Williams. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Shea is just getting better and better at facilitating.
Joe with it. Wallace is there. Joe passes to Dort. There's the triple. Joe can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to SGA. Here's Williams. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Adjustments are everything in this league, and you need to maximize your time to make those adjustments.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Holmgren's checked in. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
2 minutes remaining.
All is left side.
2 minutes.
The 9-foot shot. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. SGA's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Joe, good.
And they trust Murray to get the ball where it needs to go.
Thunder trailing by 9. Pass to SGA. Out to Wallace. From outside the arc. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
He must have visualized this one because everything is falling.
1:29 left in the fourth quarter. Joe with it. 4 on the shot clock. Over Wallace. Joe can't get it to go. Oklahoma City's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Gilgeous-Alexander muscles it in.
Well, he is just a flat-out winner. There is no moment too big for SGA.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
Here's Wallace. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the 3.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets it go from deep, and down it goes. Three-pointer falls in from Mr. Clutch.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
Oklahoma City, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Substitution on the court. Shooting for Denver, Nikola Jokic. At the line for one.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 7. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
We've got t-shirts coming your way, fans. Who needs one? Make some noise. Substitution on the court.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Williams. The shot will not fall. Nice defense from Dort.
That's the end of the game. Thank you once again for attending tonight's game. Please drive home safely. We look forward to seeing you again.
So we see Denver get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks.
Are you looking for a solid build? Well, we scoured the internet for content creators with the most compelling builds, and we are bringing them to you in-game.
That's right. I highly recommend that you all check out the community builds. You'll see some familiar names, and we've made it a point to highlight some up-and-comers. Last week, we caught up with a community member that's showcasing an underrated build, the Big Man. I love my fours. Welcome, Elite Sauce JC.
And that's the player introductions completed. Thanks for joining us midweek here. Tonight, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. So let's take a look at the starters for the Denver Nuggets. We've got Toppin. He's out there with Lou Dort. Jamal Murray out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Joe in at the 2. And for Utah, Lauri Markkanen out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's Jalen Suggs. And it's Flanders in at the 5, roaming the paint. Oh, man, this should be fun tonight. These teams love to let it fly from deep.
Oh, both these teams live and die by the three-pointer. If they're both on, we'll have a really high-scoring game. But if not, we might have enough bricks for houses at both ends. Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Utah shooting their first free throws here for the night.
At the line for Utah, Bell.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And so Jokic will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Their last encounter was in Denver.
And they came away with the win because everyone contributed. The starters, the bench, they all played as a unit.
Yeah, give credit to those guys for playing with such aggressiveness. It makes a huge difference when you get that kind of boost from your second unit.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with the Jazz head coach. I asked him the obvious, is there anything you can do to slow down Jokic? He was surprisingly candid with his plan, and he said they want to force him to switch out onto the perimeter shooters, hoping that he expends a lot of energy and create favorable mismatches. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Well-aimed pass by Suggs, on time and on target to a ready shooter. Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
Suggs against Murray. Suggs, the pass to Flanders. To the inside. Kuminga. Always a nice way to start. Takes his first one.
Well, you see the strength right there. Kuminga is skilled at fending off the defense.
And it's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Denver shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Both good from the line that time.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
And that one's good. Hell.
Hey, That right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
Here's Joe. That one's good for 2. Joe's got 15 points.
Dare I say, he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
The 3 from Suggs. That's tipped and out of bounds. Denver will have it. And as we start up the new year, here's a glimpse at the new power rankings. You take a look at the Raptors. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
When I look at Denver, they're in the #1 slot right now. Still half the season left, but there's nowhere else they'd rather be. They're really working the paint now.
Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Bell. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Inside. Soft touch off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Fast break, Utah. Here's Flanders. And the layup is good off the glass.
Yeah, attack mode from the start. Exactly what you want coming into this game.
Well, getting a good offensive player a high percentage look. There's nothing better than that.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And now the first timeout called here for Utah. Coming off a win against the Hornets.
And in that game, they owned the glass. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Well, watching the film, I thought they did a great job playing with energy.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kuminga. Williams comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Smith, he's checked in for Bell. And it's Taylor in for Suggs. Count that one. Flanders has got his second basket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Doing more work in the painted area. He has really excelled inside.
Taylor. And it's Denver with a rebound. They come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
You have to credit the game plan going in, especially at the offensive end, where they were just so relentless.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Here's Williams, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
And the basket by Joe. Joe's got 25 points.
Oh, flawless start for him here in the first quarter.
Pass to Taylor. Jacks up a 3. The shot, no good. Denver leading by 10. Murray passes to Joe. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Smith outside. And here's Filipowski. Here's Flanders. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. Here's Joe. Sends it home from three-point land. Joe's got 30 points.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Taylor passes to Filipowski. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
For 3, Smith sinks it from distance.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Takes the 3, and the Nuggets hit again from deep.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
I'll tell you what, judging from that first period, you have to love what they're doing offensively.
Well, you know I'm going to give this coaching staff some credit. What a great game plan they've had. Let's see if this can continue.
On the court for Denver. Toppin out there with Nikola Jokic. Then there's Lou Dort, and it's Joe in at the one. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie the force.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Thunder really lit up the floor. He had 65 points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Pass to Bell. The three from Suggs. Utah gets it back. Dort with a steal. Here's Joe. It's blocked. They recover it. That one drops for him. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy has hops.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Quarter two and about 2 minutes in. On the take. Here's Bell. No luck on that one. Great D that time from Jokic. Here's Joe. The rebound by Filipowski.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Markkanen misses. Denver leading by 20. Here's Joe. Uses the glass on the layup. Joe's got 44.
If you're open, Jokic is going to find you.
Here's Suggs. The Jazz again can't hit.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
Here's Joe. Fires in the triple. Joe's got 12 points now in the quarter.
His big night continues. He is fueling this lead.
Coach, Nikola Jokic, a guy who thrives playing through contact.
Well, B.A., you know what? Sometimes, yes, maybe more than any other player, when Jokic is forced backwards, he tends to get more creative. It's confounding what this guy can do at his size. Never ceases to amaze.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. Pass to Kuminga to end the run. Jokic grabs the board. Denver has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Outside Joe. From the arc. And good! There's another!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. And Utah calls time here.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
So both teams changing it up here. Let's see some of the numbers here for him. And so it's Denver, already up 26 points as this quarter ends. It hasn't taken them to...
Denver, 69.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Here's Bell. We've got Jalen Suggs. Lauri Markkanen out there with Kuminga. And it's Flanders in at the 5. That's the group for Utah right now. Puts it up from the high post. Dort grabs the miss. So it's Denver now. Now here's Joe. Missed inside.
A tremendous defensive effort, saving a bucket right there.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession off.
Here's Suggs. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Bell hits the target from 18 feet. Bell's got 9.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Utah's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Here's Bell, covered by Joe. The shot by Bell, no good. And Denver shooting a legendary 79%. Their offense is just on a tear. And the basket by Joe.
Well, if there's a better passing big man than Jokic, I want to know who it is.
Bell the pass to Markkanen. Suggs outside. Pass to Bell. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Markkanen. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4. An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Suggs, the pass to Flanders. Suggs against Jokic. Suggs, no good.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. He gets it in there. He's got 10.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Joe. And yes, another basket. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
The Jazz have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. And it's rejected.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one-of-a-kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Bates is checked in for a completely new group here for the Nuggets.
The line for the Nuggets, Julian Strother, shooting 1.
.36 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. On the court for Denver, they've got Bobby Portis, and it's Holmes in at the 5, down low. Over to the left wing. Suggs outside. Shot clock at 5. Puts it up. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Joe. Oh, another one falls. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Now Suggs. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time.
The best powerful build out there.
And what was the feeling like when 2K called and said, we want to feature your build in the game for the community to jump into and download and play as?
Man, it was astounding, man, because the power forward position is really overlooked, man. A lot of people need forwards. And the fact that 2K recognized my position at a good power forward position, I just felt, not only me, but I feel like the big man community, especially the power forward, felt like we got to win, you know? So it's really, really excited to really showcase how effective power forwards can be in the 2K community.
Let's talk about your build a little.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And inside the locker room, everyone's trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Greetings, folks, and the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. We've got Edey, Jalen Wells out there with Ja Morant, and it's Mobo in at the four-man position. And for Denver, Toppin out there with Nikola Jokic. Then there's Lou Dort, then it's Murray, and it's Joe in at the two spot. Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, BA, and it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
Here's Mobo to the right side. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. And he makes it on the layup.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
And the basket by Joe.
And what makes Murray so valuable? He doesn't just look for himself. He can also create for others.
Pass to Mobo. Back to Morant. And he lobs it up top.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for the Nuggets. We got to talking about what do you do defensively against Ja Morant. And coach said staying on top of him isn't easy, so our focus is on shutting down the lanes and not giving him the openings to attack. We want to make Morant force the issue. Putting Morant in tight spots is the name of the game here. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Well, rebounds look too easy for Edey sometimes. Taller than even most NBA players.
And the basket by Joe.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. A step back shot. That one a little long.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And again, Denver with a 3.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Morant looking around. Pass to Mobo. Shot clock at 6. Morant banked it in off the glass.
Well, keeping his composure against defensive pressure inside. Nice work there by Morant.
Stan, he's one of the most exciting players in the league right now. What makes Ja Morant so special?
Well, look, B.A., his explosiveness. Sometimes he makes you nervous with how much he throws his body around. But what I love about Ja is that it shows he has no off switch. He plays with intensity.
That shot off.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
Basket counts.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Grizzlies trail by 8. Pass to Mobo. And here's Morant. Impressive scoring stats with around 27 points a game. Mobo can't hit.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Now here's Joe from deep three-point land. The long-distance 3 is buried. Joe's got 19 points.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious. Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
And the basket by Joe. He's got 21.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
So Memphis calls timeout. They're first. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
A line change here for Memphis. Good.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Joe. Three-pointer. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
1:33 left to play in the first. Got it.
Well, he's been very... reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Now here's Ivy. Not a lot of room.
Well, some tricky ball handling from Ivy. He understands how to create scoring opportunities for himself.
And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter. And there it is for him.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Got a hand on it. Outside Joe. Over Ivy. And again. And it's Denver converting.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Grizzlies trail by 14. Here's Brand. Coming off a 16-point game against Golden State. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Memphis shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he sinks the second. 32 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Joe. Buries it from 3. Joe's got 33.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Ivy outside. He takes it in. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Turning on the Jets. Ivy went full speed ahead on that drive.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Brand. Oh, and he hits it! At the buzzer!
What a huge shot to beat the buzzer. My goodness.
And so it's Denver in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Up big because of their three-point shooting. Just going to town from downtown tonight. We'll be back in a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Nikola Jokic is out there with Toppin. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then there's Lou Dort. And it's Joe in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Jazz was all business. He contributed 62 points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game, and he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Nice work, Allie. Thank you. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on, see if he can't replicate that performance.
Just an electrifying style on the court for Ja Morant. And Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless forays to the rim.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
It's good. Morant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Joe misses. Grizzlies trail by 16. Morant with it. Checked by Murray. Here's Wells. Here's Mobo. Good D by Jokic.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around. Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea. But what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
He shoots. And they'll get another chance. Here's Morant. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets lead by 15. Here's Joe. Another one falls. Amazing. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Time called here. The Grizzlies decide to talk it over. Coach, I've heard you say one of the most frustrating things to watch is a team that beats itself.
Yeah, BA, I think one of the things is before you can win, you got to make...
And so it's Denver with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
53.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Here's Murray. No points so far. On the court for Memphis, we've got Jalen Wells. Ja Morant is out there with Edey. And it's Mobo in at the power forward position.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Out to the right wing. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Give him 8 points now.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Morant, the pass to Wells. Here's Mobo. Back to Wells. This one for three. And another three for Memphis.
They need to run plays for him, get him more touches, whatever it takes to get him producing.
Here's Joe. Another bucket. Wow. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Pass to Edey. Back to Morant. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Murray. 4-3. He drops it from range. Joe's got 10 points in just the second half.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Allie. Pass to Edey. Now Wells from deep. The rebound by Murray.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Huge night for him. I love how he's searching for his shot attempts, trying to carry them to the finish line.
Morant against Murray. Pass to Mobo. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
13 feet out. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Well, there's a lot to like about Jokic. But Stan, you wanted to highlight a very specific skill.
Yeah, B.A., it's his fundamentals on the offensive glass. When he rebounds, he keeps it up high so that he can put it right back up. Bigs need to learn not to bring the ball down.
Timeout call, Memphis. Wiggins checked in for Denver. Then for Memphis, Robinson, he's checked in for Edey. And Ivy's in the 3rd. Luguentz Dort out there with Toppin. Then there's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Joe in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And Morant gets double-teamed. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account. Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assist.
Throws it up high. And it's Edey missing.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Joe. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Joe's got 4 points this quarter.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
The Nuggets have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
And here's Ivy from the arc. And it's Denver with a rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
And it's blocked by Edey.
Well, with that reach, Edey makes guarding the restricted area look effortless.
And the call will be against Jalen Wells. That's his first foul of the game. A different look for Denver. Portis, he's checked in for Jokic. And it's Holmes in for Toppin.
And the misconnection.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Counted.
Well, Murray engineering that bucket with terrific ball movement.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. To the middle. Here's Ivy. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, it'll take time. They need to keep stringing together positive possessions. And defensively, they need stops.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one, doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
The Nuggets lead by 23. Lets it fly. And again.
Incredible. 81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There's no slowing this guy down. He's on fire. On the wing, Ivy. There's the triple. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 11.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Nuggets.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution. Everything was absolutely on point.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Mr. Clutch.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Watson, he's checked in for Memphis. 59 seconds left in the final quarter.
Assistant, Watson.
Denver has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Denver foul.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Denver.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
They've also been striking from mid-range with great consistency tonight. They just owned that part of the floor in this one.
Here's Joe. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Nuggets lead by 20.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged. This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Holmes. Second personal foul. 15.
And he makes the first.
Shooting for Memphis. Mobo. 2 shots.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. We'll